Hey guys, welcome back. Now yes, it's been a while since I uploaded any videos. Well, me and my wife, we were moving to a new apartment. Took me a while to get set up. And as you can see, it's pretty plain, not entirely set up yet. But I thought I'd just go ahead and film one of the things I actually got a few weeks ago. Now this is a humidifier by a company called Yokekon? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, they sent over a humidifier for me to test out. And trust me, this is a giant of a humidifier. But first up, in the box, you get the humidifier in one piece, no assembly necessary. You do get a manual, and trust me when I tell you this, you are going to need to read it. Now, setting up a humidifier usually is very straightforward, basically plug and play. But for this one, it's not exactly that. So first up, it looks like the humidifier is in one piece. However, if you remove the top showing the base of the humidifier where, you add water in, you notice that there is a water pump, and that water pump is actually covered by a little bubble, plastic wrap. Now, it's really important that you remove that before adding water in and turning it on. And that was it. At least that's what it said you needed to do in the manual, but actually not exactly. Now, first up, at the back of the humidifier, you do get like a warning label. It tells you, add the water in, turn it on, wait 15 to 30 seconds, and after a while, if a red light flashes and then it switches off, just switch it off and then try again. Now I did that. Obviously, I added the water first and I tried like 10 times and it still kept shutting down. I thought, okay, maybe it's not working. So I reached out to the guys at Yokekon. They replied me later on, and apparently, so the water pump has this sort of like a plastic hose to it. That hose, when you buy the humidifier, it's not connected to anything. You actually have to hook it to the top of the humidifier so that the water that pumps in goes to the top. It doesn't mention that at all in the manual. However, on the Amazon product page, if you scroll down, it's there. So if you're wondering why, if you've bought the humidifier and you can't get it to work, that's probably why. Going on to the design of the humidifier. Now, this humidifier, like I said, is huge. If you're looking for a humidifier to put at your office desk, something a little small, this is not it, right? It's huge. It's basically almost the size of my air fryer. Now again, the design I think is really nice. I really like the small wooden legs. It makes it kind of cute. You can basically put it anywhere, regardless of the design of your house, regardless of the color of your walls, it will fit right in. At the top of the humidifier as well, you can actually adjust the nozzle. So the part of the nozzle where the steam comes out, it actually turns 360, so that's really nice. So you're not sort of limited if you put it in a specific place and then the mist doesn't come out the right way. You can basically adjust it. That's a really nice touch. So overall design, I would say well done Yokekon. I have no complaints. But yeah, like I said, it's huge. Now I reviewed the switchboard humidifier before, and that I thought was really big. And the capacity was only about 3.5 liters, I think. This humidifier is a whopping 7 liters. And just to see how much water it would take, I used one of my unused vases and I kept pouring water in. It took me about 10 times to fill out that vase before I actually got enough water. And actually, even after pouring it 10 times, it still didn't hit the max. Now there's also a huge screen at the front of the humidifier, which is really good because this humidifier is not your regular plug and play humidifier and that's all it does. It has quite a good few features which we'll talk about in a bit, so that's why you need the screen. It is not a smart humidifier, so just remember that. You can't control it through an app or anything, although I think that would be really nice, but you can't do that. It does have a few features though. Now you have your power button, obviously. You're also able to adjust how strong the mist is that comes out of the humidifier. You got 3 levels. Now it even has like a UV feature. Now apparently when you turn it on, it sterilizes. What it sterilizes exactly, I'm not entirely sure. My guess it sterilizes the water, so maybe you don't get mold or anything. I couldn't confirm that. Now it also has a timer, which is pretty good. And the cool thing is, it actually has a pretty wide range that you could set the timer to. You can actually set it anywhere from 1 hour to 12 hours. And if you're wondering, why on earth would you want it for 12 hours? And will it even last that long? Well, there was one night when I was testing the humidifier and I actually forgot to switch it off and I left it on the whole night. The morning, I woke up, I came out, and it hardly made a dent in the water level. It's amazing. It probably will last for days. So yeah, you can even set sort of a threshold or a humidity level that you want in terms of percentage. You can set it anywhere between 40 to 90%. I have no idea why you want 90% humidity. Another feature that it has, which is kind of a weird one, it's got like a like button. So you'll see the like icon on the screen. I actually thought that you could use that to disable the screen, but no, it actually turns on an LED in the water tank. So if you look kind of closely, you can see it change color. No practical benefit, but if you kind of like all this kind of lights, I guess it's okay. And lastly, it even has a feature where it could actually make the mist warm. I don't think I've seen that anywhere else. I think in a large setting where you're in a living room, if you set it to warm, I couldn't really tell the difference. But if you had it next to your bed and you turned it on, and if you're kind of the person that likes it a little warm, it can actually be quite nice. So yeah, having used the Yokekon Humidifier for a couple of weeks now, I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how much I like it. Even though I'm a big fan of smart products and all that, and I do have a smart humidifier, I actually haven't missed having smart features on this humidifier. I think it works really well. It has a lot of really good features. And one thing I forgot to mention, when you get the humidifier, it actually gives you a sponge as well. Never seen that with any humidifier. It comes with this cleaning sponge, because in the manual, they actually tell you to open it up on a weekly basis just to wipe it down so you don't get any like mold or anything growing. So is there anything I don't quite like about the humidifier? Now, for me personally, having this huge humidifier has been really good. I mean, especially for me living in Canada, in Calgary specifically, it's really, really dry, and having a humidifier helps a lot. The problem is, I like having a humidifier in the living room as well as in the bedroom, but I wouldn't recommend having this humidifier in the bedroom if you're like me, in the sense that when you go to bed, you switch all the lights, you want the room to be pitch black. The problem here is I couldn't find a way to disable that screen on the humidifier. If there was a way that I could press a button and it would go totally black, that would be great. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. But again, other than that, I absolutely love the humidifier. I think it's got a really nice modern design, fits in any home regardless of your home or what it looks like. It has a massive 7-liter capacity, so you don't have to keep adding water every now and then. It will last you a week, 2 weeks. And overall, I think it is a really good product. So if you would like to get the Yokekon Humidifier, you can get it on Amazon for about 109 Canadian dollars. Now that does seem like quite a bit of money for a humidifier, but honestly, considering the size of it, considering the build quality, the amount of features that you get, I think it is well worth the money, and it is going to get a 4 out of 5 stars and a Technobabble recommended logo. Alright, so that about wraps up my review of the Yokekon Humidifier. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.